Hello, my name is Philip Wall. I've just built a quarter scale Flair Tiger Moth, beautiful model, and it's just to run through some of the fears of using inverted engines regarding flooding and so forth. Should we go for a glow or a petrol? Personally, I think petrol, certainly on the larger aircraft, is the way to go. More reliability, less glow fuel residual and residue, and it's all in all it's a more reliable engine. So I've gone for the NGH gf38 four-stroke electronic ignition engine. It's inverted. I think Flair recommend on this model either the Laser 150 to the 180. Just a few things to say on engine power. Always better to have, in my mind, slightly overpowered in the aircraft. This can get you out of some sticky situations rather than being underpowered. In this particular model, I'm using a electronic ignition kill switch which is routed through the receiver, so I have full authority over the engine stop function. I'm also using a dual battery system on the receiver, which gives you that extra safety. It's quite simple to do, provided you use the same, preferably the same battery type, and also it's very important, the same rating output. You put one battery through the original battery input in the receiver, and the other one plugs into any spare port on the receiver. This will give you fail-safe on both batteries and the switches if one fails. The engine itself, inverted. People say, oh, we're prone to flooding problems. As long as an engine has three things, basically, it will fire and start. That is fuel, ignition and oxygen. In the right contents, the right percentages, an engine will fire up. But we'll go through now the starting procedure. This engine is cold, it's never been started this morning, so it might take a couple of goes to start, but that's normal. Just some safety information for you. When you're starting, certainly the larger engines, petrol, with large props, this particular prop I'm using is a 20x8 wooden classic. Always treat any angling of the prop that the engine may fire at any time you're moving that prop, and if you follow that assumption and use a heavy pair of gloves as well, even if you're using electric starter, you won't go far wrong with that. I'm particularly using a GS8016 starter on this one. It's a geared starter. It's a 4:1 ratio, very light, and it will start most large engines. Okay, we're now going to go through a start procedure. To start with, I'm going to switch the batteries on and the ignition system, but at this stage the ignition through the transmitter is off. It's confirmed by no lights on the ignition light. Basically I'm going to flick the prop through 4 or 5 turns to prime the engine. So to do this, ignition is off, throttle open, choke on, and I'm going to flick the prop through 5 or 6 times. There you go. Now, this particular engine, throttle closed, ignition on. Let's check the ignition light. We have an ignition light. I'm going to go through the start sequence then. Short blasts. now going to kill the engine using the kill switch on the receiver, on the transmitter. Works very nicely, safe way to kill an engine.